said that the Kremlin planned to occupy southern Ukraine in order to have access to Transnistria. I've never heard that before. Where he claimed he had observed the oppression of Russian-speaking population. That's what it is. The Ukrainian-speaking people are oppressing the Russian-speaking population. Yeah? Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has warned that there is a real danger of the conflict breaking into a third world war. He spoke after the day of attacks on Russian soil. It's already started. The third world war has already started. Yeah? So let's read about some of the because the battery's dying. Let's read about some of the coming shortages.
Yeah,
because there's going to be food shortages soon. So let's read about some of it. Let's jump to, it says here, supply chain warning. So the food crisis, there's going to be a food crisis. And these people haven't got a clue that they won't be able to wake up and go Tesco soon. Yeah? Or go to any of these shops, because the white man is not going to supply them with food. And if you haven't got your own garden, you haven't got your own food supply. So what's going to happen? Cannibalism's coming. Yeah? Tells you that. And these people are not stocking up. A lot of them think they're going to wake up every day, every morning, and be able to go to Tesco's, go to McDonald's. No. That's not going to happen. There's a food crisis. You hear about food crisis thing, young ladies? Did you hear about it? Did you hear about it? Dildo heads. Says here. Engineered supply chain shuts down. Our clock shots against the global economy designed to cause a debilitating stroke human rights civilization. So there's food crisis coming, yeah? So these people are walking around in their simplicity, not knowing they're going to be eating each other. Fucking idiots. It says World Bank says food crisis could be coming soon, already blaming Russia. So let's read that one. This says, World Bank says food crisis could be coming soon, blaming Russia. And this is an article in the 22nd of the 4th, 6 days ago, 8 days ago. No, the 4th, that's 30, that's 6 days ago, yeah? It says potential human catastrophe is unfolding, says the World Bank. And the culprit, of course, is conflict between Russia and Ukraine. That's a load of bollocks. The Lord said he's going to bring food crisis in the latter days. The World Bank President, Michael Maspas, told BBC News at a recent spring meeting of the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank record food crisis caused by inflation could plunge hundreds of millions of people into poverty and starvation, obviously. Unless Russian President Vladimir Putin abandons or it stops from trying to dismantle the Pentagon's bioweapons laboratories in Ukraine. And that's what they got. They got bio laboratories in Ukraine. So they're the ones that are bringing all these bio diseases. The white man, he tells you he's the harbinger of death. The Caucasian man is a bloody man. He can't go to sleep without killing someone. Yeah? His food is full of blood and his mind is full of blood. And it says here, a global food crisis could soon emerge as a human catastrophe, meaning nutrition goes down. Maspas is quoted as saying, but then it also becomes a political challenge for governments who can't do anything about it. They didn't cause it, and they see the prices going up. So food prices are going to skyrocket, as it already is. So let's go back and see some more. Indonesia bans.
Taken by Anjovi, the Asian girl, last year.
Bans edible oil exports, palm oil sparking global mayhem. Food processing facilities across America are mysteriously burning down. Why? Because they're generating a food crisis. Yeah? And our people haven't got a clue the geopolitics of this society. They always think the white man is going to roll over them and give them their jobs, give them stability. The white man's days is numbered. Yeah? And if the black man and black woman don't get their minds right, they're going to die with the white man when the food crisis, when war, when the plagues come. Who are they going to call on? The white boy Jesus? Huh? Is that who they're going to call on? White boy Jesus? Because he ain't going to protect you, man. You're going to shrivel up like a prune in the sun. You understand? Food production is going to be unsustainable, lower than anticipated over the globe 2022. So food is going to be unsustainable. A second phase of war commences in Ukraine. 1/3 of its farmland expected to go unplanted. So this is all going to generate a food crisis throughout the world. These people don't realise there's going to be no food in England. You're going to have to eat each other. Cannibalism is going to be on the menu. Human flesh is going to be on the menu. And that's a good thing, because this place is totally wicked. It's been built off of 400 to 500 years of slave labour. Evil. Yeah? It says here, slow-moving disaster has become a tsunami with the handwriting on the wall as more American stores look like Venezuela. Let me read that again. More American stores look like Venezuela, while engineered famine leads to engineered chaos. So it tells you that white man, the elites of the white man, is engineering a food crisis. Death and destruction, yeah? Meat producers react as Biden issues emergency waiver that allows selling gasoline with 50% ethanol. So they're diluting the petrol now, yeah? That shows you when the society's falling apart, is when they have to mix. They have to mix metals with gold. They've done that during the denarius and the Salinas. And it says here, global food prices surge to record highs. FAO warns of possible famine all over the world. Let's read this one. This one sounds like a meaty one. Right, this is a good one here. This was, this is supply chain warning. Global food prices surge to record highs. Warns of possible famine all over the world. There's a famine coming, people. Food and Agriculture organizations of the United Nations reported that global food prices soared above all-time heights. So what happens in a food crisis? Everybody needs to eat. So when this place is an island, they import all their food. So this place is going to go mad when there's no food here. Cannibalism, we're going to start eating each other. It's going to come back just like in the ancient world when they made us eat our children. The God is going to make you eat your children. This is what he's saying. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So, and it says here, food prices soared above all-time heights in March as a consequence of unsolved supply chain issues and the economic fallout from the war in Ukraine. So they're blaming that war. No, it's the Most High. It's God who's bringing it, yeah? The God of the Bible, the God of the Hebrews is bringing it. says, tell you what, let me let this charge. Let me go to the Bible now. I'm going to start finding it. This is the Apocrypha, what the white man took out in 1776, and it talked about his evil arts ruling the world in the last days. Yeah? And there's going to be famines and death, destruction, war. Yeah? This is Ezra's in the spirit. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. Who are God's people? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All the other nations are not. God don't love you. Yeah? God only loves the Israelites. Right? But where are you from? What country from?
Portugal.
Huh?
Portugal.
Oh, Portugal. You know about Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand?
Yes.
Yeah. But you're an Israelite. You're not Portuguese. You're an Israelite.
No, I'm a mix.
What? Who's your father? Where's your father from?
My father is Portuguese, my mom is...
Your father's who? Come, I can't hear you.
My father is Portuguese. White Portuguese, my mom is a black African.
Oh, so you're...
Guinea-Bissau.
Oh, white Portuguese, your father?
Yeah.
So you might be an Edomite.
Oh.
Because you know they put the...
I'm not pure Portuguese, I'm mixed.
Now, there's no such thing as mix. You are your father is.
Okay.
I can't go to that Tesco's and get half apple, half orange. The seed...
But I look at myself more for my mom's side than my dad's.
No, you're your father. He carries the X and Y chromosome. He determines the nationality and the sex.
Okay.
So you're your father is.
Okay. Thank you.
You might be an Edomite. You're an Edomite.
Thank you, bro.
You know what? Don't worry, I might have a good job for you when slavery comes around. Because
Okay.
you're an Edomite. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah. See you later. You look dark skinned, but you're like a chocolate covered coconut. You know the inner side. You're white. You're a black man. Black looking, but you're a white man underneath. You understand? Let's read. And it says, Behold, speak thou the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Every word of God is true, man. You understand? None shall want his mate. Shall he not say, and shall he not do? Shall it not come to pass? Yes, it shall. And it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So God's words, and like the white man don't believe in God. He thinks he is God because he can splice jeans and dolly the sheep. Well, he's going to find out there is a God, and he's going to send his son back to destroy his wicked kingdom. First, by the spirit of his mouth, when we come out here and speak his words, then the brightness of his coming. Because he's coming with UFOs, what the white man calls UFOs. That's how Jesus Christ is coming back, to conquer the white man in his military. That's how he conquers people, through his military might. Yeah, through his weaponry. The white man will tell you, oh, he's proud, you can't beat me because I got tanks and I got bombs. But Jesus Christ, a black man's going to defeat you in 1 hour. Your bombs are going to do nothing to him. First, he's going to make you fight each other, like we read. Russia and America, butting heads. Russia and NATO, butting heads. It's going to culminate in World War III. Nuclear bombs, yeah? Fat man and little boy, atomic bombs, but this is the ultimate. We're reading about it in the Bible. It's all in the Bible. God is going to bring judgment on the white man's world. How do you feel about that, sir? How do you feel about the white man going down? Any good? His kingdom's finished. It's over for him. You know what I mean? You're going to be happy? You're going to jump for joy? You're not going to be happy when the white man goes down. You like being a slave, innit? You enjoy being a slave, innit? Yeah? You like being slaves, innit? Yeah? Yeah. See, they like being slaves. They like being slaves. Funny Negroes, bro. But it says here, what did it say in the Bible? Is Israel a home-born slave? Why are my people spoiled? Our people are spoiled because they don't know who the hell they are. They're walking around calling themselves black people, and black means dark, dirty, evil, soiled, without light. You know what I mean? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, God gonna reject you in that day. Yeah? If there's no food in the shops, who you gonna call on? Ghostbusters? They ain't gonna help you. And it says, behold, speak thee in the word, speak thou in the ears of my people, the Israelites, the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of the people trouble thee that speak against thee. Incredulity means unbelief. Because there's non-believers out there, especially white people, don't believe in Jesus. Or if they do, he looks like us. Yeah, he's a white boy. Yeah? But white boys can't even take sun. They need suntan lotion, so Jesus can't be. He's perfect. He can't be a white boy. Because white boys need suntan lotion. Yeah? And Jesus Christ is perfect. Yeah? And it says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity, the unbelief, trouble thee, that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So we're going into famines now. There's global catastrophe, food crisis. Go put it in your computers instead of watching child pornography, Mr. White Man. Put it in there. There's food crisis coming. Yeah? Stop watching bestiality. Yeah? And it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. And we're seeing that now. The Lord is bringing those plagues. Yeah? Not only Rona, not only H1N1, not only, now we got swine flu, now we got bird flu. Yeah? We got bird flu now, and they're saying bird flu is contagious. Yeah? So it's all good. It's all good news for us Israelites. The Lord is bringing it. X gonna bring it to you. He gonna bring it to you. X gonna bring it to you. He gonna bring it to you. And it says, behold, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And it's coming on the way. Yeah? All this is coming on the earth. Famine, death, destruction, the sword. Yeah? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So wickedness is polluting this world. Why? Because the so-called Edomites, it tells you, I think it's in Proverbs, when the wicked multiply, when the white man have more children, the transgressions increase, wickedness increase. So when white people have more babies, more wickedness comes on the earth. Because they are the wicked. The Bible tells you that white people are the wicked. The fruits tell you, the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. Lesbianism, transgenderism, who's pushing that? Not the Chinese, not the Japanese, not the East Indians, the cracker, the Edomites, the Bible calls the wicked. Yeah? And that's why Nat Turner, when he said that little baby, he had a little baby crying when they're supposed to have killed everyone, he said, I thought you killed everyone. And they said, we have. They had a little cracker baby, Edomite baby crying. He went in there and killed it, chewed it to pieces. Because he said, that little cracker baby will grow up to oppress me. And he's not wrong. And he says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. So when white people come into power during Alexander, wicked exceeding. Let me read it. Let me see what happened when white come into power. It's all in the Bible. It talks about the two warring nations, the white man and the black man, the Israelites. These are the two warring nations. So let's read about when Whitey come into power. This is Maccabees 1:1. This is when so-called white man took over the world during Alexander the Greek. It's in the Bible, where the white man took out. So he's going to be taken out of the planet for his wickedness. The red man. And it happened after Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chipre, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians on the knee. We had an Iranian man up here. That he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. So when the white man took over Greece, he called himself the Greeks. But the white man is the Edomites. He's known as the Edomites of the Bible. Edom means red. The red man. The white man ain't really white, it's red. Look at his red. Look, what colour are you, sir? Well, pink. A derivative of red. Yeah, the red man. Yeah? And it says, and made many wars. And this is a characteristic of the white man. He makes wars. Why? Because the Lord uses him as a whooping stick. What did he say? Exodus 15:3 said, God is a man of war. So he uses the white man for war. And it says here, and Alexander, anybody can read about Alexander the Greek. He made many wars and won many
Don't
strongholds.
step on his work. Get
It's alright,
off
it's alright, he's a young lad, don't worry about it.
it. No, but you should be polite. Sorry.
It's alright. Calm down. And it says, and he made many wars and won many strongholds and slew many kings of the earth. So the white man's known for rape, robbery and murder. This is his modus operandi. He can't help himself dropping bombs, killing people, whether it be little children. But when white on white crime comes, everybody has to, we've got to cry for so-called white people being killed. But that's not how it's going to be, man. There's going to be a lot of death for you crackers in these last days. The Edomites. Such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to sword, and the famine to the famine. That's what it says. And went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, so much that the earth was quiet before him. So back in the day, the earth was quiet before the white man come into power. We had them under our thumb during the Dark Ages. And the Dark Ages, when black people ruled, the queens and the kings were black. But now we're just saying that they were the white people. Lying ass bastards they are. Yeah? They're goddamn liars. Whitey coming to power during the Renaissance. The Renaissance was the rebirth of the so-called white man coming back into power. That's what it was about. White people were ruled by black people at one time, then they escaped from underneath us. Yeah? But now they're going to fall, then we're going to put them back in slavery again, where they belong to be. Because it tells you in Revelations that he was escaped for a season. He's escaped for a small season. Yeah? 1,000 years. But now his time is coming to an end. Yeah? And it says, so much as the earth was quiet before him. So much as the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. What does it tell you about white people? They're very proud. They tell you what they're going to do in 2050. Yeah? They can't see that their world is falling apart right now. They ain't going to live to it. They ain't going to rule into 2050. It tells you that Psalms 49 and 11 is inward thoughts that his houses are going to continue forever. And he's going to leave his lands to all generations. But that's not going to happen. His time is running out. Job 14 and 15, the Most High has his power, his time of the white man in his hands. Because of his bloodshed, because thou sheddest blood, and by man's blood shall his blood be shed. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Galatians 6 and 7, be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. You reap what you sow. If you put people in slavery, you're going to get put into slavery. If you rape, robbery and murder, you're going to be raped, robbery and murdered. That's just. See? And it says, and he gathered a mighty host. And that's what the white man's world consists of. What he does, they call it a melting pot. He brings all nations together to rule his kingdom. He's doing the same thing as what the ancients done. But what he does, he uses his weaponry, his sword, his blessing. His blessing was to live by the sword. And that's his military might. The Greeks are the great military. The Romans, and now America, Russia, so-called, they're all the common denominator, they're white, so-called white people, Edomites. They got a great army. This is how they conquered nations, by their army, by their weaponry. Alexander done it back in the day, and it says, and he gathered a mighty host, a great strong host, and ruled over countries, just like America does with his host. Host means armies. So there's nothing new. The white man always shows his hand. His card is his sword. He will tell you, if you don't do it, we'll drop bombs. What was his name? That American defense minister said it. Shock and awe. Dick Cheney. We're going to shock and awe them with his bombs, with his weaponry. But now Russia is going to shock and awe them. White on white crime now. See what I mean? They're going to get shock and awe. Yeah? The sword, now the sword, they're going to fall on their own sword. Yeah? Their blessing is their military might. Yeah? That's what they do. They conquer people by their army. But now it's white on white crime. Ukraine versus Russia. Now they're not killing black people. They're white people are killing white people. Now everybody's like, oh, we've got to stop the war now because we're not killing black people anymore. Russia's going to kill you. He's going to bomb you. He's got bombs pointed at Britain as we speak. Huh? And we're loving it. Are you loving the war, man?
Well, depends on the day.
Well, at the end of the day, we're all going to die. No, you guys going to die. I'm going to live. I got the book of life in my hand. You understand? The Lord said we're going to laugh at them in the last day. See, back in slavery, we couldn't laugh at them. But now we can laugh. Because they're going to go into slavery. After World War III, after they kill each other, we're going to put them in slavery when our big brother comes. When the Black Christ comes. Yeah? We're going to put them in slavery. Yeah? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword, that sword is their weaponry, right? The modern day sword is the so-called exocet missile, the bombs, the nuclear weapons, that's the modern day sword. But when Christ comes, he's going to have a physical sword, yeah? A real, and he's going to give us swords. So it's going to be intimate, we're going back to swords. So when we attack this white boy, we're going to have swords. He's going to have his machine guns, but he ain't going to be able to stop us. We're going to be unstoppable. And then we're going to get respect from the black woman again, because she only respects the white man. We're going to get our respect back, yeah? She only respects white boy, yeah? Well, women only respect people who are in power. So we're going to get our power back, and we're going to glow, yeah? And all nations go kowtow. Be the next currency. The digital currency needs that microchip, the mark of the beast. All of them going to take it after they take that booster jab. You know what I mean? And it says, gathered a mighty host, and Alexander, the so-called white boy, he took over many countries, just like the white man does today. Goes in Iraq and says, "Oh, we've got weapons of mass destruction," and he goes in there to steal their resources. That's what he's about. He's a thief. John 10 and 10 says the thief cometh not but to steal, to kill and destroy. Yes, brother, where you from? What country you from? What country you from? Huh? Your father, what country your father from?
Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica. You know what Jamaica means?
Jamaica.
Jamaica. You know what Jamaica means?
Jamaica.
Your father's from Jamaica. What does Jamaica mean?
Jamaica.
No, what does it mean? Is that every word's got etymology, what it means.
Yeah.
It means land of wood and water.
Yes, of course.
Right.
So that's Jamaica.
Yeah, but land of wood and no, Jamaica's different from Jamaica, isn't it? Land of wood and water is different from Jamaica.
Literally different words, but synonymous, the same. Means made of nature.
That means land of wood and
It
water.
means a lot of things.
Right, land of wood and
Everything
water.
that
But
means
let me ask you a
more than
question.
one thing, right?
Yeah. Are you Jamaican?
I don't know too much of Jamaica.
Oh, that's good. That's a good start. Because you should call yourself Jamaican. Because that's a modern day term. When the white man took you there, he said, "Oh, there's a guy who's not
Why never took me there? I was born here.
No, but I'm saying when our people, I'm not talking you specific, your
Our
people.
people. Yes.
They took us to the West Indies.
asking about what I call myself, not
But they
what I
took
call
us.
our people.
Alright, but I know. Jamaica, you call yourself, but you've got a so-called island called Jamaica.
Of course.
You've got an island called Barbados.
Of course.
You've got an island called Trinidad and Tobago.
I get it.
Right, so how did they get there?
How did they get there physically?
Yeah.
Jamaica.
No, how did they get to the West Indies?
How did they become the West Indies?
How did they get there? The people on the island, how did they get there?
How did black people get to?
So-called black people, how did they get there?
Because we travel.
How?
No, there's more than one reason. Right?
How?
How?
Yeah,
How did we travel?
How did we get there?
There's more than one reason.
Tell me one of the
way
reasons
that
we got there.
Well, I went there on the plane.
No, I'm talking about the people.
And
when
this
they
is my
first-
point, you're being generous. So you have to be specific.
No, how did the
You
people,
said, how did the people, what people were, how
the
when?
so-called black people,
Right, yeah.
how did they get to that island the first time?
Right, I don't know that. I wasn't there. That wasn't the first time.
Slave ships.
That wasn't the first time.
Alright, so how did they get there?
No, that was during slavery, 100%.
Alright, so how did they get there? That's
How
what I'm
did,
trying to get to.
how did Africa...
This is how I'm trying to get there. This is what I'm trying to get
This
there.
is, can you see how I'm slowing down your question so I can actually understand what
Alright,
you're asking?
okay.
You asked me how did Africans first, so
Yeah.
Nubians, whatever. That's, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I understand levels, innit?
Oh, you're on levels, yeah?
No, I said I understand levels. Your question is not levels, your question is generic.
Yeah, okay.
So your question is how did they, as black people,
Yeah.
if you're asking me, the indigenous black people, Nubians, how did they get to Jamaica?
Yeah.
That's a slightly different question, right?
Yeah.
Right, so that's my point. He wasn't clear enough for me what
Okay.
you're asking.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't, I'm confused. So your question wasn't clear enough.
Okay,
Your question was
Do you know anything about this now?
about slavery times.
Yes,
Of
you know
course,
anything
bro.
about this?
Of course.
Who put us in slavery? Who
White
made
man
us?
took us in slavery.
Who did?
Europeans, white people.
Okay, right. So prior to that, prior to the
I got
island,
my God. I want
alright, you ain't got time for it. I'm gonna read it.
Now go do your thing.
Yeah? Prior to that,
Right.
Who was we when before we started calling ourselves
I don't
Jamaican?
really. We're all on a journey. For me personally, I'm on a journey to find out what even that actually means. But
What does what mean?
who were we?
Yeah, we was a people. We was called someone before we was called
Who were you
Jamaicans,
referring to?
before we was called Barbadians.
Humans or
I'm
Africans?
talking about the people when in slavery on them
Right.
islands.
So who were the Africans before slavery?
Africans are not our people.
I'm trying to figure out what you're asking.
Yeah.
Are you saying who were the Africans before slavery? Or
You've got to
who were the
realise
slaves before
what I'm
slavery?
trying to tell you, Africans didn't go into slavery.
That's a cool word.
The so-called Negroes will come off them ships. They are not Africans.
So what are they?
They're Israelites.
Okay.
This is what
Where
they're trying
were
to
they
get
from?
to. They're from Jerusalem,
Which is where?
which is in the Middle East.
Right,
And a
which
white man, where this man is now, claiming to be the Jewish man.
Yeah, so
That's us.
So you saying that Nubians didn't come from Africa?
Nubian is a headdress, what the Egyptians used to wear. So we're not Nubians.
Nubia is a long period of time. It's up to now.
No,
So
no,
it's
no, no.
yeah,
Go
of
check it
course.
out. Go.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying
Go look it
what
up.
you say is fake.
Nubian is a headdress, what the Egyptians used to wear.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So we have nothing to do with the Egyptians. That's what I'm trying to
Of
tell
course
you.
we're not. But this
We
is,
are
who are the we
Israelites.
you're talking about. You're talking about.
These people. I'm going to
Right.
decide.